Hello, beautiful beings. I'm so grateful for you guys showing up somehow, seeing that every day there's like one more person that's following and subscribing, and that you're out there. People that are resonating what's coming through me when I'm in inspiration. There are people out there. Hi. Thank you for fueling your attention toward this energetic portal. So for those of you who haven't seen a video yet, I can tell you that what seems to be coming through these videos is a mixture of me being me and just expressing myself while we bask in kind of like a bathing around a certain topic. So it's very unlinear, it's not very friendly to the logical mind, and the energy might bring things up. You might feel a little nauseous, confused, or relieved. And a lot of the time, nausea is a sign that you are purging energy that was there, and that your nervous system feels safe enough to let go and feel and digest energy that you haven't digested yet. And so it's kind of like a mixture. Sometimes I do channelings from Sirius. A lot of the time I'm just being myself and playing with what I call perspective art. So I tend to kind of become very scientific about a certain topic in my life, and then go really deep into it. And then when it reaches an energy of knowing, I feel called to share through video, through art, through performance. And so this is where I share on YouTube, I share very intimate processes that are longer videos, different than my other platforms. And today is going to be the topic of the curse of being you. Yeah, so the curse of being you. Welcome to the curse of being you. There's no way to get around this curse. Sometimes I have felt like me being me was the greatest curse. I just wanted to be like others, like anybody else. Because what I saw as a child in people, the way I saw the world, it felt like a curse. And today I'm coming into this realization that it's just me. It's how I see things. It's what I see, my perspective that other people don't have. And so why am I using the word curse? It's because it's like, feels like a curse because it came along with a feeling of not belonging, of being completely alone. And if, as I were me, I felt completely rejected. And I felt like who I was the opposing force of my whole environment. So just, I grew up in an extremely religious environment in Israel, in one of the most religious neighborhoods, in the most religious city of Jerusalem. So as I'm sharing this, like, tune in to those words. Do you feel that you being fully you is a curse? I'm gonna repeat that 2 more times. Do you feel that being fully you without any filter is a curse? You might feel a little, I'm caught. They caught me. I'm in the spotlight. Do you feel like you being you as you are authentically is a curse? Meaning it's like this thing that just won't leave you, and it's like this spell that you can't dispel. So let's soak in this today. If you're still watching, that means there's something there. So thank you for traveling to this point. This isn't like the kind of content that gets your brain high. It kind of does the opposite. These transmissions are a space for you to purge, for you to let go, for you to allow die-offs to occur. Through me allowing myself to be in my authentic frequency more and more, whether you agree with what I say or even understand with what I say, you're sitting with me in a state of heart coherence, of me allowing my inspiration to come through, of my authenticity to come through. So as you're sitting with me, it's igniting that frequency with you, regardless of whether you understand with your mind brain, which is only like 10%, maybe 10% of your being, if we're really being gracious with it. And it doesn't freaking matter whether you agree with me or not. By you being here, you are valuing with your attention, you're investing in the currency of authenticity. So arrogant of me to say. Oh my gosh. How can I say something like that? Feels true in my body. Not really thinking about the words. I'm focused on a very specific energetic intention around shedding and allowing to melt the skin of feeling like us being us is a curse. It's bad. So how do we unpack this? How do we unpack, unravel, and shed the feeling and the idea and the belief and the experience that if we are who we are, unfiltered and authentic, without any manipulation and distortion, how do we feel that that's not a curse? How do we feel that? I wish I can hear your responses. I will be opening up live meets for YouTube people, a Q&A and a membership, which I'm really excited about connecting with you guys. For now, I'm just going to allow that space. How can we feel that us being our authentic, true selves as a droplet of source energy, as a unique soul, how can we experience that without feeling that it's a burden, that it creates suffering, that it gets us attacked, that it gets us into trouble, that it gets us arrested, that it like fucks up our reality and our stability? Can we acknowledge that that actually is a thing that's been programmed in us? Uh-oh, if I'm me and I follow my joy and inspiration, everything's gonna collapse. If I tell people what I really think, they're gonna shoot me. If I actually speak what I see is happening in the person I love, oh, it's not gonna be good. I'm gonna be punished for like a few weeks. So can we acknowledge this like whole system? It's a web. It's a web. It's a web of energy. This is the cool thing. We can access this through a direct. Let's look at this. Let's look at it straight in the eye. Acknowledging something. When we acknowledge something and see it clearly, you see the robber. You see that it's wearing a blue hat and a red shirt. It's going to have a hard time sealing your energy. So if we acknowledge it, that's 80% of the work. The rest is just an unraveling. So what is this? Why? Like, where's this sourced from? This feeling like we can't be ourselves fully? Now, there are a lot of people that are liberated from this. I'm not saying the whole world is in this. I'm speaking to a specific group of people that are in resonance with this now. And I've had experiences where that wasn't the case. Most of my life, this lifetime, other lifetimes, has been the case. I'm not always feeling like being me is a curse, but there's a seed. A seed. Because like the ego could be like, I don't feel like that all the time. But can you feel the web, the blanket that's like in the nervous system, in the skin, that's always like, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? Let's sit for a moment. Where is the curse, the feeling that being me is a curse? Where is it in my body? What does it feel like? Ask yourself that. Close your eyes. Where is it in my body? What does it feel like? Feeling it really strongly in the nervous system and the skin. Just so if you'd like this download to your nervous system and skin, you could say yes. Going download to your skin and your nervous system that you are safe to be you as you are in every moment. Yes? Would you like that download? Say yes. I burp to release energy sometimes. You're welcome. Just feeling that settling in, allowing more of you-ness into your nervous system. So the thing about you being you, like the hard part is when we're trying to figure out how we can be more us. And we see it as something distant that we need to work on or do things for, which creates that. Like, the more we think we need to do to be ourselves, the more there will be to do. The more we believe that it's a work hard to be ourselves, then we're going to need to work hard to be ourselves. And that's what happens in all these like healing groups and spiritual, a lot of them. There's a lot of amazing stuff, but a lot of it is also doing the exact opposite for people. Where they're like, oh yeah, like your soul mission, and then everybody like replicates the leader's soul mission, and it's like this clusterfuck of cancerous mindsets. You being you is actually, as we acknowledge what isn't us, it naturally magnetizes what is us. Naturally enters the body, because your body is a vessel that's naturally matched and designed to embrace the you-ness. It's enlivening, and it's like a click. So it feels unknown mostly when we are allowing ourselves to be us. It feels mostly unknown. It feels mostly uncontrollable. Let's acknowledge what happens when we are our you-ness. It's unknown because you don't know what it's going to lead to. An eye can't see itself, like Alan Watts says. Like, you're just in the divine play of life, in the unknown, uncontrollable. You're just being you again and again and again. You can't see yourself. You can't track and manage yourself. There's no calculating what other people's are going to think or respond. And there has to be a certain level of okayness without getting validation. If it comes, great. There has to be a certain level of self-crucifixion for being okay with not getting validation and not getting acknowledgement. And being okay with maybe there being a wave where everybody's against you, even those you love the most. Usually those you love the most. In order to allow the die-off of the systems and the games you were feeding, where you distorted yourself to fit in, all those systems need to die off as you embrace you. So as you embrace you, there might be a die-off, and it might feel like unknown, and it might feel scary and uncontrollable. You don't know what you look like anymore. You look in the mirror, you're like, what am I? Who is this? Who is this thing? Your face can even start changing with the tension in your muscles, and you might go through a phase where you're like, I feel like a worm. Am I aging? What am I turning into? So this process of becoming us is a very awkward one, even though it's the most natural thing. It feels unsafe. It feels scary because what gave us superficial safety, you can check out my video, superficial safety versus eternal safety or something. It's a good one. The superficial delusional safety dies off, and then you realize how safe you actually are, and beyond the external. You don't need to control the external anymore because you're a droplet of source directly connected to source energy that is fueling you and supporting you to be yourself. You can see divine law in your life. You can see the laws of nature. You can see you're part of nature. You feel like you have everything you need. You feel self-sustained because you're filled up from the inside with your essence of the Eunice. And you don't need to do anything for validation anymore. You don't need to do anything to manipulate reality anymore, because you can see clearly that you are unique. You are one of a kind. You are essential for the collective divine play unfolding into more harmony and resonance. Your timing, your authenticity, your unique, slightly different way of doing things and sharing things is exactly the shard, the perspective that the whole collective is waiting for you to echo that yes and to all that is already being shared already. It's not about you doing or saying something that has never been said before. It's about your uniqueness echoing love, the truth of love through you as you. So those are the benefits of being you and why it's scary. So like, how did we come so far from this? I don't have an answer. All I have is my personal story. And it's okay to not have answers, by the way. Us asking questions is like opening ourselves to being vessels of receiving energetic information and answers beyond the mind and beyond words. So my little story about how I felt like being me was a curse was when I was little, I actually saw a lot of violence and misery, not only in my family, but like in the community we lived in, wherever we lived. All the teachers looked really miserable. I'm like, what is up with this planet? And to me, I was like, I had this spark always coming through of like, don't they know how easy it is to like live in a beautiful world, to forgive each other and like share beauty and play? Like, it didn't make sense to me. And that annoyed. I could see that me being that perspective, even without words, would annoy the adults and my siblings. And it felt like a curse because I would just see, you know, when somebody sees something in you, like they see that you have a piece of dirt or something, it's like, oh, they see me. That's what it felt like. So in order to feel like I'm not in trouble, I had to like allow my soul to fall into the hell realms that most humans were operating in. And I fell into a really deep depression from age 9. And I became everything that I was seeing. Like, so rather than seeing things in people or in the world, I embodied that. I embodied all the darkness, the shadows, like anything possible to basically, I guess I did it out of compassion and because I wanted to help. I think that's why my soul came, is to support where humanity was looping and stuck. And so I chose the story about how I chose to do that, and when I might tell it a different time. I chose to fall. My soul like went free falling into the endless hell realms. And now, as I was like lost in it, I was like, I understood kind of every shadow of hell and I felt it. And I was like, whoa. And this compassion was like growing and growing. And what carried me through was like, if I get through this, I'll be able to help people. I'd be able to, so even though nobody was able to meet me there, because I'd be like, hey, this is so dark. And the responses were like, you just need to go to a psych ward. You just need to take meds. You just need to shut yourself down. I'm like, and ignore the pain that humans are experiencing? And ignore this realness of how fucked up this operating system is? And how souls are just ignoring how painful it is? Like, so nobody was with me in the process. Now there are people that are with me after years and years of treading alone in it. In the name of service, in the name of shedding light upon these things. So in this process of like feeling like being me was a curse, I had to fall in to the system, of the operating system. And as I digested it and embraced my meanness, not meanness. In a way, it feels like mean also as we embrace ourselves. It almost feels, it's felt very scary to embrace me. And I'm seeing all the programs one needs to move through in order to embrace their soul. What needs to happen in order to cut the contracts, agreements, vows, oaths, promises that we made with souls to sell our soul for certain benefits in this system. So it's kind of like, hey, you want to play this game, then you need to give up on the jacket you're wearing. You need to give up on, oh yeah, that heart thing and that part of your voice. You need to, kind of like Little Mermaid, like you need to give up all this in order to experience the game. So as I've been reclaiming parts of me, of who I was before I fell, I can see the levels of the embrace of me and what a soul in this dimension, in this game, kind of needs to walk through. And once you taste a certain level of you-ness, I know it feels like I'm speaking in metaphors, and I kind of am. Once you taste a certain level of your own you-ness, there's no going back. You will walk through the fires to reclaim your soul. And this happens through relationships. And it's really challenging, especially with those who are closest to us, as we're going through this metamorphosis into who we always were. Our overall soul coming into our field. I'm not talking about like, wow, you said what you thought right now. That's a big deal, what you really felt. I'm talking about bringing in your whole oversoul spectrum self into your body. And how trippy that is to allow that to occur without isolating yourself, to allow it to occur while maintaining human relations and being a human. And it's a wild ride. So I feel like the reason I felt like being me is a curse is because it wasn't acceptable in the system, in the operating system, in the Matrix game. I couldn't have my clear sight of seeing what's really going on with people and the gift of truth, that when I'm around, just truth gets highlighted. It's not about me knowing truth. It's my essence in my human design, in my gene keys. It's everywhere. It's like in the presence, truth arises, and I would get attacked for that. So I had to give up on me being a truth filter and me being able to see things and know things just like that. These psychic abilities, I had to give up on them in order to fit into the system. And it always felt like a curse that I was who I was, because I just wanted to be normal. I just wanted a normal job and to fit in. And it didn't work. Illogically. And now it makes sense. It makes sense because I know I am here now. I'm here for this. And so I would just like to shed light upon this for you, if you've actually watched till now. Wow, thanks. Is what if we can switch this? The curse of being you to whatever you want it to be. I'll leave it open to you. There's nobody else like you. It's okay to feel your uniqueness. That doesn't mean you're an arrogant, narcissistic, selfish asshole. For sensitive souls that have abilities, psychic abilities, our medicine isn't shutting ourselves down. Our medicine is rising up and allowing ourselves to experience power, bigness, being an asshole, being a bitch, speaking our truth, allowing that flame to transform and alchemize and burn away these chains to reclaim our light. And that might feel mean, and that might feel bad, and that might feel wrong, and it might feel negative. As we do this in the name of service, we're doing it with our heart coherence. Our heart is lit and we know why. And it's not about what people see in us. It's not about the outcome. It's not about that. We become these like boiling heart, brave hearts that are crazy enough to be ourselves. I wasn't expecting to scream like that a minute ago. Did I scream? I don't know. You let me know. I'm following the energy of me. I'm following the energy of my voice, allowing myself to feel better and better in my body. I'm allowing my chi to flow through me. I'm allowing my soul to come into me, as it lights my heart up with inspiration for service for the human collective at this time, whatever that is. And tomorrow I might make a video about something else completely. This is the kind of energy that we're moving into. This is the kind of energy we're learning how to operate with. You can say, what's this crazy chick doing? And also I can just tell you that I know that I'm here to normalize multidimensionality. I'm here to help the mind integrate as we learn how to operate with time and space differently. I'm here to support your innocent expression, innocent, not idiot, expression, your innocence, the droplet of the unique soul that you are to come through into your body and to stabilize in the unknown, allowing Creator to work through you, allowing the collective body to harmonize, to resonate through relationship. And so this process feels unlinear, it feels wobbly, it feels confusing. And as the mind realizes it cannot control how reality and life is unfolding and evolving, we are forced to drop into our heart brain, which is sensation, which is feelings. And then it even drops lower than the heart. We're going through a solar plexus metamorphosis where there's neutrality, which is a whole nother topic. 0 point home base, where we get to play any game we wish. For today, let's close with, let me do a download first. If you like this, you can say yes after you hear it. Do I have your permission to cut, cancel, release, and set free, break apart any contract, agreement, vow, oath, and promise that you may have made consciously or unconsciously with any entity to not be your unique self in order to be safe, to sell your soul in order to survive? Can we cut those contracts, agreements, vows, oaths, and promises? Yes? If you'd like it, say yes. Just witnessing all those agreements going into the crystalline light and replacing that space within you with unconditional love from the seventh plane. Okay. And before I close, maybe with a little channeling, and just what would it be like to feel like being you is not a curse? What would that be like to live life and to feel like you being you is healthy, authentically you? What would it be like for you to feel like you know that you being you is sustainable, that it is safe, that the planet does support that? What would it be like to live life surprised by how natural it is and organic for you to just be you in every moment. Okay, so before I share a little channeling, just a little update. First of all, you're welcome to send me gifts, since I have devoted all my time, space, reality to this work for quite some time now, and now I'm really opening it up on YouTube. You're welcome to send me gifts. There's a way to do so in the description. And yeah, there's a super affordable mental health fitness support group that happens weekly live. I'll share information. It's an amazing, beautiful, potent live meet that I just adore. So medicinal that you can hop on and join. And there are obviously one-on-one deep dives with me. It is not therapy. It's more of like a life review, creating a vision quest, soul retrieval, reclaiming your innocence. Many things happen in that. I just become a channel for you, and we co-create from there a space of remembrance. Basically feels like remembering. It's like, oh, I already knew this. And so that's an option via my Linktree. And what else? Yeah, there are other things I'll share. There's like a Theta practitioner training, and I will be opening this space up soon for regular live Q&As and other fun things. I'm really excited. It's been a process to like really honor how this happens in an authentic way for me, and honoring my own timing, so you guys can feel my authenticity and my inspiration. Because if I were to do this like, oh, just do that thing now, it taints the energy. There's a certain level of trust of how we do things, so we can taste the sweetness of divine timing through each other, of authenticity, of joy, of inspiration. So that's how I would like to show up for you guys. But it is coming soon, a live Q&A weekly, and more fun things. And there's a book coming through, so I know 2 people mentioned that they would like a copy. It's The Fart of Imperfection, a way to a way to cleanse from perfectionism. So it's a really short pamphlet, first book ever. If you'd like information on that when that comes out, you're welcome to comment or message me. I feel like I will give it away to 10 people, which I'm very excited about. And I'm still in the process of bringing that out to the world. It's very new for me, the whole book thing, but it's good stuff. It's like gonna detox you from perfectionism, which is a whole cage within itself. Oh my god, it's 32 minutes. Okay. I feel like sharing a little message from Sirius. Seriously. Remember, you are a toroidal field. This will help you go beyond external versus internal, internal versus external. It is a free flow of energy from within you, out, and then back into you, and then into you, out, back into you. It is a constant kind of tantric thing occurring, a lovemaking with you and your external environment. There's a lot of scary feelings and trauma around when you realize that you are one with all of it, and that it is all you. And therefore we can just be devoting ourselves to the external because of that fear of going so internal into the void. What if we can remember how this toroidal field operates from within you, out, and back into you, out? This is a constant dance occurring as you remember that you are connected to all, and that you are connected to the field, and that it is safe for you to remember your power. It is safe for you to remember how this game of life, this operating system, works. That you don't need to be alone in this process. As all the external melts into you, you actually have guidance from non-external beings, from non-physical beings that are waiting to serve you, because they're timeless beings that are just so in love with supporting humanity and the evolution of life into more love. Because of the law of free will, we do not have a right to infiltrate into your experience. Our voice is very soft, is very gentle, is very loving, and only comes with a request and a call upon us. It is important when you do call for help, you ask those who serve love, those who serve life, those who serve the human evolution in the highest and best way, for there are many forces out there that serve other kinds of things that may be very majestic and magnetic and enticing and will show up with a white cloak. Practicing discernment as you remember how your toroidal field operates and you request for support, practicing discernment is key. Guidance that supports love, that supports life, will feel very, very soothing to your nervous system. It will create relief. That is how love operates. For you are the children of Divine Father, Divine Mother, the initial spark that created life. Follow the voice of unconditional love, not the voice that reminds you of your birth mother, father. That is distortion. That is the inverted mother, father. Follow the voice of unconditional love. In order to do this, you must be willing to receive the love, forgive yourself, accept yourself, acknowledge that maybe there is nothing wrong with you. Maybe you are you for a very particular reason. So, enjoy the exploration of the toroidic field. You can even look at a torus field as a picture and imagine what that feels like if you were in the center of this torus field. The symbol and the image will already help your subconscious remember how to operate with this image. The subconscious mind works way better in images rather than words. So just look at the toroidic field as you walk, as you go to the grocery shop, as you pick your child up. What if I can be aware of my toroidic field right now? And that image will start teaching you, helping you remember how to re-embrace your creatorship on this planet. We bless you, we love you, and we are you, and we are here for you. For some reason, speaking like that feels good in my body. So, yeah, the toroidic field. I'm kind of remembering that myself right now. I forgot about that image. It's really fun to explore that way of living life, that constant intake, digestion, and alchemy of how we respond. Okay. Oh, 37, 37 in 3, 2, 1.